Hey, Kowalski here, and welcome back to another video. Now, in the last video, I kind of show you how everybody qualified for the candidates tournament, and in this video, I want to give you my personal prediction on who's gonna win the candidates and who are my favorites and who I would like to win, but also who I think that has an objective chance to win. So starting with Nepomniachtchi, I think that Jan, historically speaking, has a real chance because there were a lot of players in history that actually they won after losing the World Chess Championship match. They won the candidates again, and many of them actually went on to beat the world champion, but also some of them didn't. For example, I know Smyslov in the early days and also Spassky in the 1960s. They lost their title matches, but they came back and won the next one. But also Korchnoi and Karpov. After Korchnoi lost to Karpov, yes, he came back twice after that, but he wasn't able to defeat him. And then with Karpov and Kasparov, obviously Karpov came back to back challenging Kasparov, but he never truly won against them. And then the organization split, and the titles were very wild, and there were a lot of world champions, actually a different world champion every single year, except for Kramnik, who after he beat Kasparov, he retained the title, and then also beat Topalov when they reunited the federations. But that doesn't really count as losing because he didn't technically lose. There was just two different organizations. But in recent history, Anand went on to beat everybody in the 2014 candidates and challenge Magnus for his title again. But it's a very big question if Jan can bring himself together for this performance, mentally, because we all know how he lost the last World Chess Championship match. And I think that if he manages to come back, then he's definitely one of the favorites. And now I would state that Timur Radjabov, a lot of people say about him that he's fallen off since 2019 and that he doesn't deserve this spot and everything. But I really think that Radjabov is still a very strong player, but I think he's missing that form. He is really not in the best of shapes because he didn't really play a lot of tournaments, and that adds up in time. He played in a recent tournament in the Norway Chess, but he didn't have the best of the best performances, and I would say that in my opinion, he's not gonna win the candidates, but maybe he's gonna put on a pretty solid performance. Either that, or he's gonna turn into Anish Giri, which is sadly not here. I would have loved to see Anish here and to draw all his games. But that's again a question of just form, not of skill necessarily. And then we turn our eyes to the youngsters with Duda, Firouzja, and also Rapport, because he's not too old yet. Historically speaking, in the most recent history, only Karyakin won in 2016 after qualifying through the Chess World Cup for the candidates. But also, again, historically speaking, there were not any players in recent history that won their candidates tournament the first time that they ever played in a candidates tournament. So that would theoretically count out these three guys, but I wouldn't be so sure about Firouzja, though. If he regains his mental state of just the world number 2 that he was, now he's world number 3, of course, at a very small distance from Ding Liren. But I really think that if he gets back that form and gets the momentum going, I really think that he's gonna be again one of the favorites right there with Jan Nepomniachtchi. Now talking about Hikaru Nakamura, well, with his I don't care attitude in the meme, so to say, I really think that he can quite put on a performance. And I I genuinely think that he might pose some problems to some players. I don't really think that he's gonna win the whole thing. Maybe he's gonna surprise me and he's gonna challenge Magnus for the title. But I think that the players are just gonna put a lot more pressure on him, and they're just gonna come with some crazy, insane preparations. And you know, he might be in a better mental state. But I also do think that he's missing a little bit of practice. But he showed in the Grand Prix that he can totally play, and he can win. He can dominate the fields, and he can win on demand, just like I showed you. I mean, Hikaru is just awesome. But in my personal opinion, like I'm not trying to hate or anything, but I don't think that he can win the whole tournament because you know, the other players are just a little bit better. In my opinion. And you know, here we turn to our real guys that I would like to see them win. I would like to see Ding Liren win because he has a very nice backstory, and he finally gets his real shot at the tournament. So you know, he also got his shot in 2020, but he had a very bad tournament in the first half. So you know, I hope to see him be there at the top, but I would really love to see Fabiano Caruana win the Canada's tournament because his match against Magnus was you know, the match that I actually viewed. It was in that time period in like 2017, 2018 that I started playing chess again, and that's just something that I really, you know, I really loved seeing, like the whole title match. It was just awesome, and I took a lot of ideas from that match, and I just know that it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, he's gonna bring some very interesting new ideas. So you know, historically speaking, anybody can win because we have so many different ways that they can win. You know, Caruana won by qualifying by rating, Karyakin qualified by the World Cup, Anand was the ex-world champion, and I think that Nepomniachtchi won the Grand Prix, and so anybody can really win this, but I will put my money on Fabiano Caruana, and I would like to see him win. Now you can feel free to leave down in the comments below your predictions, and you can just disagree with me completely, and you can call me an idiot, but this is just my personal opinion on this topic. So you know, this was pretty short, simple video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. And you know, I'm gonna cover also some aspects of the Canada's tournament. We'll see. But until then, this was me, Kowalski, out.